We'll see. We'll see with all these guys. That's the mantra echoing across NFL circles as the 2024 quarterback class begins to show its colors. It's been a topic of heated discussion between analysts, fans, and front offices. 6 quarterbacks selected in the top 12 picks, an extremely rare feat in itself. And 5 of those 6, so far, they're all on the right side of the pass-fail ledger. 5 out of 6 have already shown us enough to say, with some confidence, these guys might be legit. The outlier? J.J. McCarthy. Not a bust, not a disaster, just incomplete. And statistically, because the NFL is nothing if not a numbers game, that makes McCarthy the most likely to fail. Why? Because it almost never goes 6 for 6. It never unfolds perfectly. History tells us that at least one quarterback in a crowded, high-profile draft class won't pan out. And right now, McCarthy's the one standing alone, still needing to show that he belongs. The other 5, they're already waving from the other side. They've shown flashes. They've made believers out of skeptics. They're pointing at McCarthy saying, "Come on, man, are you coming or not?" So, who's poised to make the leap? Let's set McCarthy aside for a moment. If he makes a jump, it'll be huge. But of the 5 who played meaningful snaps last year, who is best positioned to break out in 2025? The answer might surprise you, or it might just reinforce what we thought all along. Caleb Williams. Yes, that Caleb Williams. The one we hyped up last year like he was the second coming of Mahomes. The one we said was walking into the best rookie situation any number 1 pick has seen in years. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, a pair of versatile backs, Shane Waldron calling plays. It was supposed to be a dream, but instead, it was a nightmare. The Bears' offense last season was held together with duct tape. The offensive line was worse than expected. Keenan Allen slowed down, plagued by drops. The coaching staff, led by Matt Eberflus, had its share of disastrous moments. Still, if you looked beyond the chaos, you saw something in Caleb. You saw poise. You saw patience. You saw a quarterback who refused to panic. And most importantly, you saw ball security. For a rookie, Williams took an insane number of sacks. Yes, he held the ball too long. Yes. But what he didn't do was implode. His interception rate was stunningly low. That matters. That means something. He wasn't reckless. He was learning, processing, adjusting. And now? Now he's got Ben Johnson. Let's talk about Ben Johnson for a moment. This is the guy who took Jared Goff, a discarded player tossed on the NFL's metaphorical curb like a busted refrigerator, and turned him into a legitimate starter again. The Rams said, "Free to a good home." The Lions said, "We'll take him." And Ben Johnson got to work. He took the broken turntable and somehow made it spin. And spin it did. Now Johnson is Caleb Williams' offensive coordinator. If he could rebuild Goff, what's he going to do with a generational talent like Caleb? This is the same Ben Johnson who resisted the urge to bring in his own guy. A lot of offensive minds insist on that. Johnson didn't. He worked with what he had and elevated it. Now he's got a quarterback with Mahomes-like creativity. We saw glimpses of it in the preseason. Plays breaking down, Williams improvising on the fly, turning disasters into magic. And now he has a staff and a system designed to amplify those instincts. If anyone's primed to make the leap in 2025, it's Caleb Williams. But he's not alone. Jayden Daniels and Bo Nix. Already flying, let's not pretend Caleb's the only guy ready to explode. Jayden Daniels, the man looks like a future MVP. Bo Nix, equally impressive. The leap may have already happened for these two. The way they've hit the ground running, there may not be another jump left, unless we're talking about the Super Bowl. Daniels and Nix don't feel like rookies anymore. They feel like guys already leading teams, commanding huddles, owning games. And that makes the pressure on McCarthy even more intense. Because guess what? Minnesota had a chance to draft Bo Nix. Sean Payton didn't hide his excitement when he landed him. In fact, he openly said Nix was his guy all along, not J.J. McCarthy. That little nugget? It's reverberating in the Vikings front office. You can feel it. J.J. McCarthy. The cheese stands alone. Let's go back to McCarthy now. He's the cheese standing alone. Not because he's failed, but because we haven't seen him yet. And that's the issue. For 2 months, the Vikings flirted with other options. Aaron Rodgers, maybe a veteran bridge. There was a sense of hesitation. They weren't ready to commit, weren't ready to roll the dice. Now they are. Minnesota traded up from 11th to 10th to get McCarthy. A top 10 pick. That means something. That means belief. And in a franchise that hasn't had a real franchise quarterback since Dante Culpepper, yes, he had a few electric years. Or even further back to Fran Tarkent.